You know the only
You
way.
know what never has a bad sip?
Hot chocolate.
And we are live. Hello,
Hi.
internet.
So,
I'm trying not to choke to death on hot chocolate.
Hi, internet. I don't know what my background is.
I'm so tempted to get eggnog. I have eggnog in the fridge.
but we'll have to wait because we're live on the internet now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a good reason not to get it.
I'm going to
Just
mute
go
my
for it.
phone in case anyone,
I
tries to
really
message
don't
me.
want to eat anything.
Oh, I guess on that note, I forgot to tell you guys. Holy shit. If my phone does ring, I will have to take it, but
Okay.
because I'm manager in charge of the store right now.
But you're not at the store.
Yeah, our GM is in Vegas. So
I thought of a completely different thing when you said GM. I was like, I wish I was in Vegas.
my general manager.
This sounds like fun.
I've never been to Vegas.
Yeah, me neither.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Well,
that
I know where we're going.
I like Tiffany's camera being centered just on her ear.
No, it's we're seeing David, aren't we?
Yes,
it's
David's in
David
both cameras.
and the dogs running around the tree.
Okay, so let's get this show on the proverbial road.
The literal road. We're
We
going-
are Stop, Drop, and Roll. We are a Zodiac Empires campaign, 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign to be precise. And I'm Joe. I'm your DM for this evening and every proceeding and preceding evening of this campaign. I don't plan to pass it on anytime soon. I've had a day, so if I'm a little wonky, that's why. Work was not fun. But let's get down to actually some actual D&D. If I could have all my players go ahead and roll a D20 for me.
12. 15.
18.
9.
Oh, I was gonna say if 12 was the low number, I was gonna be so pissed.
I said, like, I rolled decent for once, and you guys are all gonna beat me? Jeez.
I would have laughed a lot.
I think 9 was the lowest.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what happened last time?
I have some notes.
Some notes.
So, we were helping. What's her face? Hold on. Nira.
Wow.
We were helping
That's a
Nira after Soul dashingly rescued her from the fire flame person who looked a lot like her sister's husband. We went to the house, found out that the sister's husband worshipped somebody pretty nasty, but not nasty enough because Mara's mother decided to start worshiping. I'm pretty sure we decided it was Kato.
Yep.
And turned all of her daughters and son-in-law into weird fire monsters using the bringer of the cleansing fire. We killed all of them and found Mara's ghost. Her and Nira had a nice little chat.
Bless.
We killed off Rachel, who had the wine, Andrea, who was the Brett girl, and Ashley, who was salty because she didn't have anything cool.
Hey, she had something cool. We just, you guys
didn't find it.
We didn't find it. Well,
It was probably the best one.
Atone and I were the only ones who wanted to go play there, so we found 2 out of 3. Ain't bad, Meatloaf says. We killed the undead lady who was probably dead, but we weren't quite sure. Probably Mara's mother. Again, not 100% sure because she looked really, really old. We got a small sword thing that was carved like Kato's sword. And I
A little
have
emblem, holy
that
symbol.
Zeoli's manifest Yonvin, and I don't know what that means.
but it's on there.
It's on there.
Oh yeah, we found travel manifest. Zael is Zael Yanvin was the husband, and we found travel
okay.
manifest and stuff.
The manifest, yes, alright. The way I wrote it, it looked like he manifested something, so I wasn't sure. That is all of the notes for today.
Mm-hmm.
You did good. You did good.
Specifically, little happened after that. The party was journeying north towards Valshastiers, in particular, the opposite side of the lake from Unesten. And we ended the session with you guys having traveled up towards the coast, and you were right on the coast of the lake in a small little fishing town, pretty much on the other side is where you just arrived at. And a very important thing happened. I don't know if we did this on camera. I might have told you guys to do it off camera, but everyone leveled up. The party is now level 6. To do a quick run through, I'm just going to say your names, and real quick, don't take too long, just say what you got at level 6, because I know there are some that are noteworthy this time around. So Tiffany, what'd you get this level?
I am now lucky.
Oh, you did take it.
I'm gonna just say that I took it, and I have now gained some health, so I'm sturdier.
Lucky. All right. May, what did you get?
Level 1 fighter.
So you are now multi-classed, 5 levels
Yes.
barbarian, 1 level fighter.
And I took the great weapon fighting style, and now I can...
Surprise. It's an interesting dip. I'm excited to see it play out. Fighter barbarian. I think it's thematically pretty cool. Kyle, what did you get this level?
I got expertise. I am now an expert in Arcana, History, Investigations, and Sleight of Hand.
So you know stuff.
I know things. I drink and I know things.
You steal and you know things.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And Mario?
Oh damn it! I'm still David.
Oh, so Mario. So I got Radiant Soul, so I'm resistant to radiant damage, and I can now add my Charisma to radiant or fire damage that I cast. I gained a spell, dropped a few, gained a few, so I can do things with that now, and that's about it.
Cool. And last but certainly not least, David, what did you get this level?
I got a Divine Domain feature called Thunderbolt Strike. So anytime I deal lightning, specifically lightning damage to a large or small creature, I can push them 10 feet away.
Large or smaller creature.
Yes, or smaller.
Yeah, because you can affect mediums.
Yeah. Skip over medium. Who cares about that?
All right. So that's where the party's at. Obviously, everyone also gained health if they didn't mention it. But, yeah, your guys are level 6
And
now.
I'm really mad about it.
Oh.
What is this? The sides are weird diamonds and not pentagons.
I actually had to go get a D10 from like a different room because I don't have any in here.
Get used to it.
All right, so the party finds themselves with their small little caravan in a small little fishing town on the edge of Valshastiers, and you can see far in the distance across the crystalline clear waters of the lake, the city of Unesten on the opposite bank. Very, very tiny from where you're at, 'cause it's a really big lake, but it's relatively flat, and the water's pretty clear and shiny, so you don't get a lot of fog or anything blocking your view. What would the party like to do? You have a caravan of some freed slaves with a other band of less seasoned adventurers who are kind of traveling with you, and the informant that you questioned. Who did I just lose? Did I just lose
Don't
someone?
worry about it.
Okay. The informant whose name is
What was that guy?
Ardrill.
Oh, yeah.
Ardrill is his name.
I have notes.
But he is also currently with you.
Oh yeah, great.
Okay. Why are we so mad about that?
I just forgot about him entirely.
I don't understand what's so bad about him. Did I miss something?
No, nothing. I just forgot that he existed entirely. So I was upset. Sorry.
I was real confused.
I
As
mean,
far as I'm aware, he hasn't done anything. I mean, besides just being a kind of giant jackwaist, but
yeah. I mean, he refused to be a upstanding member of society.
he did refuse.
So I was disappointed.
Yeah. I guess are we looking? Did you say we were looking at the town or we're in the town?
You're entering the small little fishing village that's on the opposite side of Valchest. Here's a large body of water, an oasis in the middle of Osept on the edge of
And
the
there's-
Shendesorn Desert.
And there's how many of us? There's like 30 of us, isn't there?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a
there's
good.
a lot.
Yeah, there's
good
so
portion.
many.
Is this small fishing village gonna have
A boat big
a
enough.
boat? Right.
Might need a couple boats.
You want to head down to the docks and see what you can find down there?
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably best.
We don't even go through the town. We just go around to their docks.
So you kind of walk in through town. You get a couple of looks from people who are kind of surprised to see a traveling group as big as yours with people not in shackles. But they just kind of give you a look and don't really question it after that. This town doesn't seem that big or like they care. They're happy just being on the coast of a large body of water where they can do some farming and whatnot, fishing. As you near the actual docks, you see several large-ish ferry-type boats.
Why are there fairies here?
Ferry. Get your
I was
little
gonna say,
pixie
a
shits
large
out of
ferry
here.
boat would be tiny, Joe. How would we
What, Joe?
We need 30 of them.
Joe said something sassy. I need to make it. He needs to repeat that.
I said it's a ferry boat. Ferry. Get your little pixie shits out of here.
Cool.
So yeah, I guess approach some people who might look like they might be captains or such. And yeah, just start asking around, see if we have a way to get everybody across the water.
After asking around a bit, you find that ferries across the way are definitely common enough, or it's easy enough to find passage for you and all the individuals across to Unistan. You'll have to book almost the entire ferry, though, because
We
there's a
own
lot of
boat.
you. Probably he'll give you like a discount rate because there's so many of you. 5 silver a head.
Man.
Math.
15 gold for all of our people, not including us.
Should cover it.
So 15 gold's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give him the 15 gold.
Yeah, I'll pull it from the
Before he
party
notices.
funds.
Cool. In due time, you guys all board the ferry, and what do you do with the horses?
We can't
Sell
take
them.
I'm guessing the horses can't come on the
We-
ferry.
We
Come
sell
on.
them.
There's
for
like
profit.
carports on ferries. We can't
If
take our
I was
horses.
if you want to bring the horses, you can. I just know your guys' intention was to go to Unistan and get on an airship.
Yeah, I guess we could just sell them here.
Yeah, sell the horses.
Or,
yeah.
or we can keep them, give them. No, because they're gonna airships too.
Let's sell the horses off. I
It's
got
better
it.
just to
Yeah.
sell them, yeah.
Yeah.
While they're working on passage for the boats, I'm gonna go find someone that deals with horses.
We gotta
I'm-
ditch these.
I'm gonna say a heartfelt goodbye to Bruce.
Bruce is dead.
Well, no, I renamed my horse Bruce. All right, he's
You're
Bruce
one of-
too. He's Bruce
You're
too.
one of those.
How many horses do we have?
I think it was like 4. So it was 2 per cart, and you guys ended up taking like 2 carts so you could carry everyone.
Yeah,
But then Rinlin and I were riding on horses separate as well.
yeah, because
Yeah.
there were 3 carts at
So
the time.
6. Yep.
Yeah.
You had 6.
Cool. So drag
I
6.
didn't even realize we had 6 horses. It's
I'm gonna
exciting.
go. I'm gonna go try to haggle with someone here.
Okay.
But it's
Uh,
a small fishing town. Why don't we just give them our horses?
Because we have a bottom line.
We're really wealthy for no damn reason, guys.
Look, we gotta at least make the money back that we're paying for the passage.
Yeah,
We've had
we're
the
helping people.
Fine.
I mean, we could sell
Ember
them at a
doesn't.
discount.
Ember doesn't really give a shit about money in the long run. She's just like, you do it. I would have just given the horses away.
No, these are exceptions, though. I think we should sell the horses.
That's racist.
Yup.
Yeah, it's not really racist. It's ethnocentric, but apples and oranges. I mean, they keep slaves. I mean, these people probably don't. But I don't want to put money into an economy based on slaves.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind giving money to people, but I'd rather put it in like Rankin.
Look at it like this. We're effectively taking money out of a slaver's economy.
Yeah. See.
We are effectively weakening the slaver's economy by
Except
selling
we
them
just
their
pay-
own horses.
Except we just paid for bad stuff.
All right. If you'd like, you can sell each horse easily for about 10 gold. If you want to try and haggle for more, you can.
Yeah, come on. What are these? What kind of horses are these?
Draft horses.
Starved horses.
No, we
Put
fed
through
them.
hard work in the
Yeah,
desert.
If I had to buy a draft horse, it'd be at least 50. We're gonna go for more here. Fucking slavers. Yes. Not with that roll, we aren't. Yeah, sure. 10 sounds awesome.
Man,
I'm sorry. I don't have much more money than that to spare right now. This is unexpected. I wasn't in the market for a horse.
God, we're all.
But I'll give you 10.
I feel like with that roll, my persuasion was, yeah, well, we stole these from you anyway. I mean, yeah, just give me the 10 gold.
Okay.
I'll
So
do
you get
one better. How about 9 gold?
straight up full of grog.
I see you are an astute businessman such as myself. Okay. You get 60 gold back for the horses, effectively making money switching to traveling on this ferry. You and your group are ferried across, and you find yourself in the city of Unistan.
David, I'm gonna throw all that money at you for the party fund.
All right.
Net gain of
Soul is
45.
just our watching our money. Soul's our walking bank man.
Better call Soul.
Na 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 bank man.
Joe.
I'm gonna have to make a separate Google Docs account just for the bag of holding.
As you should.
That's fair.
We don't have any horse feed in that bag of holding, do we? We can get
Nope.
rid of that too.
I fed all the horses using powers that were given to me by divine right.
Oh
So
yeah,
we're good.
that's convenient.
Cool.
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 Guess we're
We're,
gonna
writing,
be.
we're writing the thing.
Where?
Yes.
I know we said we were getting an airship. Did we have a destination in mind, or
Yes,
Was
we
it just-
did.
You
was
did.
it just
Was
get the
it
fuck out
was
of?
Aurez City, I think.
Oh, all the way back there again. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I think that's where the blue dragon guy is. Where am I now?
Quick
Oh,
Fang.
Hold on.
Way the heck back
Blue
here.
dragons.
Yeah, Quick Fang. In Aurez City.
Male, 6'2",
I
half elf,
lost.
maybe an Armari with, or Amorai or whatever the hell they are. White hair and yellow eyes, and he's got a scar.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Notes. Well, you
Cool.
guys would be lost without us.
I had notes. I don't know what the hell happened.
You lost them. That's why I said you would be lost.
Wait.
Genie,
that
get the fuck out of here, you weirdo.
Now he's got to find them.
Quit eating things. You don't need
Sorry.
to eat the poinsettia.
But I want to.
I'm sorry, but Junie just really likes to eat Christmas.
You're eating Christmas!
And luckily they're fake poinsettias because, like,
I think
Mhm.
real
I'm
ones are
pretty sure they're
poisonous.
poisonous.
Yeah.
But she's like demolished.
We're back.
Hey, we're back.
What's funny is there a delay and they hear us all going,
And then it finally connecting.
That was so weird. I was just sitting here watching, like, playing the game, and all of a sudden it just died. I looked at XSplit, dropped 0. Frames encoded 0. It's just sitting there not doing anything. I have no idea what that was. Hi guys, we're back.
What were we doing?
I don't know.
About
I think
to
we were
cross.
talking about all at once, guys.
Yeah, let's go. Now nobody's saying anything. What the fuck, guys?
Nobody wants to interrupt.
We were talking about going to where we were going on the airship
Unistan.
because we decided on air. No, I thought we were going to Aurez
Oh.
City.
We're taking a boat to Unistan and then an airship to Aurez City. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're in a small town. They don't have a airship dock.
And we did not haggle successfully.
I do remember that, yes.
We made a profit in a small fishing town. There's something to be said about that.
I feel bad. We should have just given them the horses. They're a small town.
Any other nation, I would have totally agreed with you.
We really need to talk about your prejudices.
Against slave owning
Yes.
No, against a whole country.
that functions based on slave owning.
Yeah, but it's a whole. You can't hate a whole country.
No, I'm sure there's perfectly reasonable individuals here. I'm not giving them free horses that they can use to support an economy based on slaveholding, though.
It's fair.
It's a line of logic you can't argue with. Well, I mean, you can, but
I mean, I just keep saying slave in every sentence, but
All right. Party
So- cross the lake, the large lake.
finds themselves in
We're gonna swim.
the Oasis city of Unistan. I don't know what I was saying there.
Some dumb shit.
I think there's a description of Unistan. I happen to have the player's guide open. Yeah.
There and swim.
Open.
As the believed birthplace of the goddess Valshath, Unistan is always filled with worshippers making pilgrimages to her great temple here. Unistan is governed by Prince Kunum, but a sect of Valshans called the Gentle Ones have recently begun gaining influence. The waters of Valshath's tears are considered holy, and the clergy keeps a stern watch over it.
so nobody pee off the side of the boat.
What was that
I'm
group's
doing
name?
it.
The prince,
You said Prince Kunu, right?
Prince Kunum, and
Kunum.
there's a sect of Valshans called the Gentle Ones. Valshans being people who worship Valshith.
The gentle ones? Are they like the direct opposite of the fucking faceless?
I believe so.
Yeah.
They're Valshath worshippers, so one can assume.
My mortal enemy.
Valshath worshippers?
The gentle ones.
Oh, okay.
Redemption, Redland, redemption.
Right. Fighter, not barbarian.
For those of you who don't know, Valshath is, the goddess of agriculture, renewal, hearth, abundance, spring, and livestock. She's the commoner god because farmers worship her. Peasants worship her. Dirty people worship her.
Oh,
Probably some clean ones too.
like
Good
three.
job.
Like
I
three.
feel like we really need to talk about our prejudices.
So what you're saying is this goddess has the largest fan base of all the gods.
I wouldn't say that. Just because there's an entire nation that worships Ural and an entire nation that worships Ostia. Also, the
But what about their
dwarves
dirty
and
people?
Visar tend to worship just the dragons. So. A lot of the dirty people worship Valshep. You're not wrong. The dirty farm toilers spend all day playing around in the mud. Yeah, they worship Valshep.
What about the dirty people in those other places? Do they just not get a god?
They might have one. I don't feel like
No.
looking it up.
Yo.
No, they have gods. But yes, you arrive in Valshaf.
Sorry.
It is definitely an Oception city, but you get the sense that people here are a little less concerned about what people out in other places of Ocept are concerned with. You don't see as many people walking around with slaves here. You do see a couple. Like, that's not something you're going to get away from completely. There's a lot less shady dealings kind of going on. Like, you don't see a lot of people like haggling to get goods at
Oh, we should
weird
have sold
prices
our horses
or-
here.
Well, we could have given our horses away here. This seems like a cool city.
This is Unesten.
I'm actually writing that down. Understand is cool.
That's their notes. Unesten's cool.
When you arrive, most of your
Your mouth.
little caravan people are kind of a little on edge when they see some of the other sleighs being walked around, and they keep an eye out on the skyline, it seems, and they constantly kind of are looking at the airship tower, and they always seem to be meandering in that direction.
Well, that's where we're headed, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's easy to keep them all on track. You don't lose anyone.
Oh, that's good. We haven't lost anyone so far.
I
Have
already
we?
gave them a ton of money, didn't I?
I believe so.
You did, and we
Yeah.
got them clothes, and you even prestidigitation them.
And we've been
That's
feeding
true.
them for free and giving them
I
water for
was,
free.
I was thinking of buying them their airship rides, but I think I gave them enough for it already.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have enough. Most of them tend to head north to Venok and go from there. A couple are heading to Wolf Reach, Viver, because it's fairly close. And then I think there was like a half work or two, and they're going to Rankagesh.
Yeah.
So between them and the adventuring party who was with you, everyone kind of books passage to where they're going, and all of you are thanked multiple times by pretty much everyone who's in your little caravan
Pretty
as
much
they...
everyone.
Yeah, who doesn't thank us?
Ardrill only thanks you once as a
Thanks,
group.
Ardrill.
He doesn't thank you individually.
You didn't
So
wanna
how many
thank me.
people did we save? I need to update my life saved list now that we got them all to the airship.
Yeah, we couldn't do it till we got here.
Go ahead and say 24, 25 if you count Ardrill. Same.
Tog is real mad.
Yeah. She's mouthy.
Have we saved more people than we've murdered?
This
Maybe
puts
you guys.
this puts you on track for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's
You're
our
getting close.
moral alignment going?
Well, I have killed 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 49 people.
People or
Or
things?
monsters? Because like the snakes don't count.
I don't think I killed any snakes. I think I just helped kill snakes.
Snakes.
And like undead. We killed a lot of undead.
That's true. I'm just tallying the kill list. I'm not being like segregating them. into
Yeah,
a
and in that case, a lot of your kills are probably justified. I'd say you
I
guys
feel
are
like almost
pretty.
all of them are.
Yeah, you're pretty on
We don't just
the
kill
path
willy
of
nilly
Paragon.
Yeah, we don't.
anymore.
Most of you don't kill willy nilly.
We also don't javelin our friends.
Most of you.
Yeah, only weird people javelin their friends. However, we have saved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28 lives.
And one of them was a goblin.
So that's like that counts.
Yeah.
I don't know if
lot.
he counts.
He counts for a lot.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna burn down all of Rankin.
Good.
And we will just have to go and fix our mistake.
Noop is not a mistake.
If he burns down
Rankin.
There's a lot of really big things in Wreck Gash. They can just squish him. It's fine. He'll be all right.
So as the party,
Goblins are the worst problem in Rakiyosh.
as the party kind of reminisces about their conquests and whatnot, and begins looking for an airship to Aurez City, your GM has a question for you all. How much money do you have currently?
It's in the bag of holding, and the bag of holding is secure, Joe. Fuck off.
So my secret pocket has all my money for record, and it's about 376 gold.
Mine's in my prison pocket. Good luck.
I love how that's everyone's first reaction. Is it's safe, Joe? Fuck off.
No, it should be on here as well. That all my money is in there.
Okay.
I have like 700 gold.
I have
because
600.
I don't buy anything.
Party
I have
fund?
112 platinum pieces and
I'm down
94
to-
gold.
23 platinum, 136 gold, 102 silver.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have 837 and then also 5 copper pieces.
Quick cue
I
though.
don't know
Why
where
is-
that came from.
Why does almost everyone else have platinum?
That's a good
They
question.
switched theirs out at one point, and we just were like, "Fuck you, give us the gold."
I think
Yeah,
they still
I
have
think-
more than us.
I think when we landed in Com T-Row.
Did you
Camturo.
buy?
Camturo.
Did you buy anything, May?
I haven't bought
No.
anything.
I did. I bought a dagger
don't-
that I have not used.
I don't.
Oh,
buy,
I did spend a chunk making mithril stuff for our daggers.
Oh yeah, I haven't bought anything, but I also don't take any of the money like ever, unless we specifically say everyone in the party gets split up. I always opt for the group fund.
So here is why I ask. The party was brought to Camturo originally by an airship that was hired by
Yeah.
your peoples, the
Yes.
Yeah.
the orc guy.
Yeah.
Bronwyn, and I'm forgetting the other guy's name, the half orc.
Kulatan.
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 Ogremir.
Ogremir, great name.
It's been a day. They hired the
I'm
ship to
surprised
bring
I can
you
remember that.
to Camturo. Then from Camturo to Lotensai, your ship was paid for by one Alistair. You are in
One.
Unistan currently, and there isn't anyone who is going to finance your ship, so we actually would have to calculate the price. So
Ew.
if
Our part.
If
Let's
you
just
want
steal an
to-
airship.
count the squares with me, starcoldstudios.com/map from Unistan
Or map.
all the way to Aurez City, it is approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to round to 15.
I don't know, Joe. I only got 14.
How'd you only get 14?
I don't know. Maybe you should count again.
So Unistan to Enaru is
Count
1.
again. 15's good. Don't make them count.
I'm just being an asshole. I did only get 14, but the 15's fine. What's the square
1, 2.
worth?
200 miles.
I actually got 16, so like
15 is
That's-
just.
I did diagonals. Are diagonals like 1.5?
I was counting diagonals as 1.
1, 2.
I mean, I'm fine with 15. 15's fine.
2.
oh no, I got 14 and then like a fart into the next square because Aurez City is like on the.
A
Oh, I
4.
got
14.
So
Yeah,
I
I
got.
got
Oh,
14.
no, I
but
only
then
went to
Aurez is
Lost
on the
Woods.
40.
Where's Aurez City? I totally went to the wrong spot. That's how I screwed up. I
Wow.
went to the Lost Woods.
So
Ignore
what is
me.
that?
What if we just
Hold on.
commandeer a ship?
Is Joe really gonna charge us a
Right.
whole space to go one
No,
step into Aurez
I'm
City?
not. Don't count
14
the
then.
don't count the space of Aurez City. Count the space with heat on.
So it's approximately 3,000 miles.
Yes, approximately 3,000 miles.
No, I got 15 that time.
It's approximately 3,000 miles. That's the thing that matters. David is on point. If you
Sorry.
go to
Yes.
page 46 of your player's guide in for Zodiac Empires, you can see the travel section.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
don't
got-
have that.
Passage on an airship for poor, a poor quality one, so like, economy, no legroom, is 2 silver piece a mile. Passage on a regular common airship, business class, 5 silver piece per mile. And then if you want to fly first class, like luxury, it's 5 gold pieces per mile.
Yeah, we're
I
not,
don't think you're doing luxury.
Whoa.
I don't think we're even probably gonna go mid class. I don't think we need
Yeah.
it.
I think poor is what we would go for, and if not,
So
we're
poor.
huffing it.
So 2 silver pieces.
It's 6,000. So 3,000 gold.
No, 3,000 silver pieces. Or
Mm.
wait, 3,000 miles, 6,000 silver pieces works out to 600 gold
A
Per
person?
a person.
Y'all, I don't think we're taking an airship to Aurez.
Yeah.
So-
we don't-
So, wait, mate, reverse that. Are we taking an airship?
We can take an airship. I don't have a problem with taking an airship. I also just have it my friendly little companion dog. I don't think my dog counts as.
No, he doesn't count.
Yeah, see? We don't have to pay
I
for
don't
Ember.
Oh,
No,
I don't even pay
people
for
are
common.
People are smart enough to know what an Inuzen looks
Yeah.
like. They wait, attune to my necklace, and then use disguise self on yourself to look like a dog.
We could just work for our
Yeah, I guess.
So
What if we could be bodyguards? And a cook
3.
and someone who reads to people.
You're at about 3,000 miles, and then if it's a 2 silver pieces per mile, in gold pieces, it's running you about 600 gold a person.
Right.
If you want to go all the way to Aurez City.
And that's not
So you
even
guys-
counting the fact that we're like shipping other people out.
You already paid for them.
We
They're
did,
all
okay.
accounted for.
That's done. Don't
Kalian
care
shoved out a lot of money, and they weren't going as far. So
Okay, I have a really dumb question though.
yeah.
Why are we going to Aurez City?
So you know
To go after
Bronwyn,
Quick Fang.
right?
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
people are trying to kill her.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks.
they're in Aurez City.
Cool, that's what I wanted to know. I don't remember Aurez City being name dropped. That was my confusion.
That's
like, I don't...
where Ardrill told you
That Quick Fang is.
Quick Fang is.
I
Quick
don't
Fang is the
remember any
guy.
of this. Did I miss a session?
No.
You did
No.
not. I also don't remember, but I
It
remember
was-
the name Quick Fang.
It was 2 sessions ago when I charmed Ardrill.
Yeah,
And
and
he
Oh
Right.
yeah,
Right.
and he was really into you after that.
And then
I
you
think that's
traveled,
where it
and
was
that's when you started finding all the stuff about the burned down houses. The burned down houses was the second
burned down
half.
houses, I think, is where I got confused because it like completely threw me off of the like why are we actually doing things.
Yeah.
So Ardrill was the guy that we found through.
Ardrill is
Alistair.
the guy that Alistair told you would be an informant. Like he somehow got out of the Dragon Syndicate, and he was lucky to get out.
Okay, and Quickfang is Quickfang a leader of one of the parts of?
Quick Fang is a leader of a sect of the Blue Dragon Syndicate, the
Okay.
sect that Alistair is suspicious of
Yes.
trying to
They're
break
being
off and do
shady.
their own thing.
Yeah.
Called
okay.
the Three
Okay.
Quad Coalition.
Yes.
And we're there, and I'm on it.
okay.
Cool.
So we're back in it.
So y'all,
We
I-
should not go all the way there. That's really expensive.
yeah. So what's the name of the city again? I'm so sorry.
Aurez City
Aurez
or
City.
Unistan? You're in Unistan.
Alright, we're in Unistan. It's Aurez is back in.
Aurez,
Actually,
yeah.
though, guys, I mean,
That's where we started.
we
Did we get
actually.
How much is in our party fund?
Well,
Party fund.
I think all
Not
of
enough
us.
to fund us.
All of us, I think, have at least 600. That's what I was trying
No.
to get at.
Yeah.
I don't.
Is because
I'm under 400.
everybody except for him has at least 600.
What have you bought?
I bought
special
a
dagger.
dagger, a really nice dagger that
Yeah,
I've never used.
But we have money in the
either.
party fund that can cover the people who don't have it. And I have 837, and if I only need 600, I have 237 left over to
We're gonna
help
be
support a friend.
broke ass bitches, but I think we should just go for it because time is essence.
I agree.
And we can just take more money from dead things.
Yeah, I can call my mom and be like, hey. So
I mean,
we just spent like a lot.
We could always try to like work and see if they'll cover.
Yeah,
our-
like because like you and I, Renlin and Soul can produce food and water to
Yeah.
That goddamn sigil ability.
and that's more trade goods that they can carry. So
Yeah.
that's more profit for
Yeah.
them.
Well, that's
There it
not
is.
trade goods because it goes away after 24 hours. I
Yeah.
assume.
No, I mean they won't need to stock up on food and
Yeah,
water.
they-
Yeah, no, that's true. As
Yeah.
if we could
Replace
we
that
could
weight.
make the argument to a ship that, hey, we can provide you food and water for the entire trip if you knock X amount off of our trip.
like 4 people's worth off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess we could bargain for you and me to be free if we can
Mhm.
provide food and water.
I don't know if you're increasing their profit, you should try to get
Yeah.
some
We should have
percentage of that.
the person with the highest charisma go in
Mario.
and be like, "Hey, I have 2 people that can make food and water. Can we secure a passage for a severely discounted rate
Or just try to barter for us to be free.
or free?" Yeah.
Well, where's the captain at?
Can I
Well-
go and give him help, like to advantage?
Sure. You find an airship captain.
Also tell them
Um,
we will guard them.
He is a
Right.
Visar individual. He is blue skinned. He's got those kind of like almost like webbed fins on the side of his face, like coming out the back. And for a Visar, he's pretty good looking. He's all like suave and stuff. He's got that kind of cheeky looking smile.
Am I into it?
I don't know. Are you?
I crit failed.
So no.
Soul's attracted.
You're attracted to everything. Shut up. Yes, Joe. Continue.
He looks at Tone as a Tone is walking around with Ember trying to find a ship. The rest of you are a little ways back. Looking for a passage? Can I help you out?
Actually, a little bit of conversation here first.
Sure.
There are 5 of us. We need to go to Aurez City.
Quite a ways away.
Yeah, it is, and it's that makes it quite expensive. But I'll talk to you about a deal. What if I said that we had a way to provide you unlimited food and water on this journey? Therefore, you don't have to bring any food or water along, so you can bring more trade goods, sell things, make more money off of this. What would that be worth to you?
That's quite the claim. Can you back it up?
Behind him, we just.
I say, what? Pick a meal. What is your favorite meal?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tristan Goulash.
I'd go over to Soul. I'd say, repeat whatever the hell that guy just said.
Tristan
See,
Goulash.
the question is, like, do you know what Tristan Goulash is, or does he have
yeah,
to, like,
he's
explain
got to
it?
know how to make it.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be a roll, but Soul's been around for a while. He's tried a lot of things.
That's
Go
all his
ahead.
ancient knowledge is.
Go ahead and make just a general intelligence check with advantage.
Make a recipe roll.
If it
That
exists,
is
it's on my Facebook.
a 18 with a modifier of 0.
Yeah, you've had Tristan Goulash before.
It
There.
would kill you to just say 18, wouldn't it?
Yes, I feel the need to break it up. I don't know why. But yes, I produce just like, what is it? Is goulash like a soup?
It's like a.
It's like a pasta.
Yeah, it's like a pasta thing.
I shoot
Pasta.
Tristan goulash out of my fingertips.
Goulash is a-
That's unnecessary.
I'm guessing Tristan goulash is like a vodka sauce.
It's it's just vodka.
Pasta and
Exactly.
vodka and meat and potatoes.
I bring this guy, some of this goulash that Soul produced. I was like, here's a free sample.
What
He
a
takes a
Wisconsin.
bite of it. This ain't half bad.
Heck, bad.
Are we on an actual like airship dock?
Yeah,
Like, so we're like up in the air.
kinda.
Well, not
You're like in the tower portion of it.
okay. Well, I like lean over an edge and just like 20 gallons of water off the edge. Which, is in character what she would do, but like that's stupid. But she's gonna do it. It's 5 gallons, but yeah, just
So I told the guy, I was like, so there you go. I mean, yeah, we could definitely do it. We've traveled from Aurez City all the way over here. We haven't stopped a lick for food or water or anything. We've been well taken care of. But on top of that, what type of protection do you have in the ship?
We're generally armed well enough. Few good hands, enough to keep any pirates or anything like that away from
What if
us. Off
What
our
if I
tail.
told you could replace 5 of your guard with us? So free food and water, 5 free guards you don't have to pay for. All we
He could
all
pay
we
if
wanna
he
do-
wanted.
I'm
Go ahead and
trying to
make a persuasion roll, Mario. And you can have advantage because
get
of
advantage. All right.
the food
That
stuff and the
is a-
buff-looking Inuzin who's
is not a
with you.
15. That's a 14.
14. Okay.
I want to intimidate check him from the
No.
back. Just
No.
Like just flex, you know.
yeah, I flex.
There's
Just
a,
a running
there's,
gun.
Okay.
there's a barbarian fighter and a Vangalite producing food and water for him. What else does he need?
That's-
This guy knows about books.
Yeah, he
books.
does.
I think we could work something out. So the going rate is usually about 2 silver a mile. We'll cut the fee in half. How about that? How about instead of 600 all the way there, I give you a discount, 300 gold pieces per head. Take you all the way to Aurez City.
Sounds acceptable to me.
But
I
I
dropped-
want free passes.
Joe, how much would he pay guards for a passage?
It
Like,
depends.
Would I know how much food it would take to get there?
Yeah, like is he ripping us off? I think is the question here.
Well, he's definitely not ripping you off.
Are we worth more than what he's giving us?
Oh, yeah.
If we're giving him free food and services that he'd normally pay guards for anyways, he's definitely ripping us off. But if his guards also have sailing abilities, he might not be ripping us off.
True.
Very, very often, like he seems like the kind of captain who he's got the same crew.
That's what I was thinking.
When you say like you can replace 5 of his guards, he kind of gives you like a weird look, and
It's like no, you can't.
probably not.
Okay.
His ship isn't an extremely large one. It's the kind of ship that the people on board have to be capable if they're not just the passengers being taken across the way.
Yeah.
And there is also the matter of fuel, which is by far the most expensive thing to be
Yeah.
paying for.
Mhm.
And
I found that out when you own your own
Yeah.
airship.
But I'll bet we weigh less than food. I mean,
it's
I think
nothing to do with weight. It's distance traveled.
Yeah.
If you're going all the way to Aurez City, like,
I think it's a good deal.
I think it's fair. I would have
Yeah.
It's
taken
enough.
600.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
were
think-
just gonna do 600, so like
Yeah, so 300 ahead, that brings us to 1,500. We can cover that with a party fund easy.
oh,
really?
okay. I was gonna
Yeah, I was gonna
Sure.
buy for 2.
I was about to just pull out of my secret pocket, but
Yeah, we
start
can.
pulling things out of his butthole.
Yeah. Don't don't spend your money. We can cover that.
don't
with
do
the
that
party
live.
fund.
Get up on your chair. Let's just go for it. Yeah, if we can pull it out of the party fund, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's-
bring us down to 311 gold pieces, but we still have
Wow.
50 platinum pieces. So
Yeah, we're good.
yeah, that's really awesome.
Why are we loaded?
Because we keep killing things and taking the money
It's legit.
and side questing. We side quest.
yeah, you guys got stuck with the ultimate side quester, so I feel bad for you.
You or Tiffany?
Me.
Him. He's 100% worse than me. I'm
All
pretty
right.
bad though.
So you board the airship with your Visar captain and shove off on your way to Aurez City. Let's see if we can figure out how long it takes.
while you figure that out, I'm gonna say that Soul sings of Hem to Van Gaal to bless the journey from here to there.
We said we were gonna help
God.
this guy.
I have a question.
I'm not real.
I have an
helpful, if I'm
answer.
honest.
Is this gonna be like weeks of travel?
Probably not that long.
Okay, because I was gonna be like, if I can, I would like to learn a new skill. Not
It might
skill,
be like a week or so of travel. Let me
That's not gonna be-
calculate it.
Okay.
We'll say that you guys are on a. We'll say you're on an Exile class airship. Yeah, Exile class airship. Max speed is 25 miles an hour. You said you had to go. You said about 3,000. Okay.
Mhm.
So, 3,000 divided by
120 hours.
25 is 120 hours. Divided by 24.
5 days.
It's about
Can't
5
fight
days
it.
of straight flight. You will probably have to stock up at least once. So we're going to round it out and say that you're not going super full speed when you immediately take off, or when you dock, or when you immediately take off the second time, or dock. So we're going to round it to about a week of travel. And they will need to stop and refuel, probably in the city of either Emberforge or Chivalry Viver. We're going to say Chivalry Viver. It's where they have to stop and... No, we're going to say no, because Chivalry is far too north. We'll say Emberforge. They're going to stop in
Oh,
Emberforge.
that's awesome.
She just stays there.
This is my forge now.
Look at me.
Just so you know, if we're stopping at Ember Forge, Ember's really excited and would like to find something that says Ember Forge,
Okay.
and I will buy it.
You get a t-shirt that says, I went to Emberforge and all I got was this cruddy t-shirt.
I'm so excited. Quit kissing me. Stop.
Sorry.
The flight goes smooth. The captain, whose name is, we'll go with Zarth. Zarth is
Sorry.
a proficient airship sailor. He avoids any obvious dangers like moats that could be infested with harpies, but still makes good time. His crew is all very loyal to him. Most of them are Visar. There are a couple of humans, but it seems like it's an advantage for piloting the airship, because if like a rope breaks or something, they just fly and get it and can retie it without all the hassle of pulling ropes and all that.
I would like to make a point that Soul spent the entire week preaching about Vangal, hoping to convert at least one of the Visar.
I was on
You
the other
don't
end.
need to convert, because most of them are Vangalites / Nogrins.
I
They
am
are-
home.
He just stays on the ship.
They are worshippers of the dragon gods.
God, we're
I,
gonna be for a party.
Spend the whole week tied to my bed with a bucket.
Does the party want to do anything in Emberforge other than buy Ember a souvenir t-shirt?
Mm, no, I'm good.
No. Okay.
Yes, but nothing important enough to stop the session. I will message you.
Okay.
I know nothing of this place.
It's a standard Vivaran town. Not super exciting. But
It's called Ember Forge. It's all of the excite.
you continue on over the borderlands. You notice that Zarth takes a path that's a little bit more north than the path that you guys took before. You fly right over Rockskip Lake.
Rock skip.
Rockskip Lake?
Is it a hop, skip, and a rock?
No, it's a
And we
Rockskip
skip
Lake.
rocks.
It's
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
right
while
next
on
to
that-
Little Ship and Lakewood, which are the abandoned cities of the halflings
Yeah.
from years and years ago.
Yeah.
And the halflings skipped
they
rock
shouldn't
on
have
that giant lake.
Maybe they shouldn't have had a civil war, Joe.
They didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a civil war. They just got wiped out.
They got stuck in the middle of two humans.
Yeah, it was the humans.
It's a sad day.
It's always the humans.
While in that
Um,
area, Sol would keep a vigilant eye to see if he could see any more sky whales.
I forgot that was a thing somehow.
You do not. They are more of a rarity. So,
David loves sky whales.
They do. They're so beautiful.
eventually, you do land in Aurez City, and this one I definitely got to read the intro because it's a biggin.
Mm.
Boy.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
Is it? It's only in the campaign setting. That's how important it is.
Ooh.
Because it's not in the
Oh.
player's guide.
Is this the place with the tower?
Yeah, this is where the Sapphire
Oh,
Spire is.
Yeah, the spire.
Yeah, Sapphire Spire.
Oh, that's so cool. Ember is very well traveled now.
This is the city that our paladin was from. We became friends with the Pope.
Did you? That's
Yep.
fun. I know things
Pope.
about him.
He, our paladin got turned into a Death Knight, so we called the Pope, and the Pope was just like, "This isn't happening," and like converted him back to
All
being a
right.
paladin of.
Here we go.
Yes, let's go.
Drop this knowledge.
Aurez City is built on 7 islands at the delta of the Silver River. Soaring spires grace the sky, and on its furthest island, the magnificent Sapphire Spire stretches a mile into the clouds, the pinnacle of Ostia's grace. Aurez City has always been an important trading port throughout the city's long history and rarely has been forced to defend itself from attack. This changed during the Darkest War, and now one of the islands sits in complete ruin, its tall buildings laying in a pool of rubble. Also called the City of Forever, Aurez City has remained the seat of power in the region for the various nations that have called this area home. A network of roads, bridges, and raised pathways link the 7 islands of the city, whose clustered towers house the largest population of diverse cultures in the world. Eldritch marvels are peppered throughout the daily lives of the citizens who reside in this religious metropolis. Airships drift across the sky, and lighted paths give way to a bustling lifestyle for the people living in Aurez City streets. The city life itself rarely sleeps as Vathis sentinels prowl the pathways, protecting the populace against the unsavory. That's you. All of the world's known cultures and lifestyles can be found in Aurez City, as thousands of refugees from all over the world sought solace in Aurezia in the wake of the 2 Empire Wars and Darkest War. It is in these immigrant neighborhoods that Washun architecture stands in stark contrast to the hard lines of Tristan building facades. Aurez City is the capital of Aurezia, and as such holds a significant influence within the country's elite. The Sapphire Spire's location within the city also gives the Ostian faithful a large sway as well. The departure of the Council of Vathis to the more centralized location of Valiance has put significant strain on the local upper class to keep many of their members in the city, but Aurezia's powerful presence as a central trading hub for the West has kept their attention strictly in Aurez City. The saying goes, if it can be purchased, you can find it in Aurez City, and it stands as truth that nearly all trade routes flow into and out of the heart of Aurez City. The city is ruled by those with significant sway. Whether their sway be measured in gold, faith, or might is up to those who stand at the top. That was really good. Who wrote
That
that?
was really good.
I love the intro for Aurez.
I think
Whoever
Brad wrote
wrote-
that. Good job,
Whoever
Brad.
wrote that did a great job.
It was Brad.
Yeah.
And then Rachel
speaking-
edited it.
Speaking of Brad, my phone autocorrects Brad or autocompletes Brad to Brad Diamond.
It should. He's
I
Brad.
don't know why.
He's the only Brad that really matters.
Yeah.
He's
There you
Brad.
go, Brad. I hope. He's Brad Jim.
All right. So you guys find yourself in Aurez City.
Which is thematically one of my favorite places.
It is more akin to that of like a 1920s bustling New York City streets than it is the somewhat lower tech Oception fishing villages you've been in as of late. There are tall buildings looming over you, and you're a little overwhelmed. Rinlin, frankly, looks super out of place.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rinlin hates it. May loves it, but like, just constant discomfort.
It's all right.
Come here.
Soul looks at you and is like, Rinlin, it's all right. You just stick close to me and Ember, and we got you.
I'm not afraid of the building.
I know the buildings are tall, but it's all right.
I punch him.
It's kind of hard.
Don't break your hand on this metal exterior.
I rolled a
I got.
17 on the die. My hand is fine.
What's your strength
Oh.
modifier?
3?
3. You take 4 damage, David.
4 damage it is.
He's just like, that was cute.
Ow. Keep in mind, 4 damage is max damage from a dagger. That hurt.
I could probably one tap a fucking peasant.
Rinlin is
my
buff.
fist. You heard it here, guys. I'm buff.
You're
If it-
buff.
If it weren't for
You
minimum
work out.
damage, my punches wouldn't hurt people.
They heal people.
I'm the same way. Kyle.
I don't know where the first place to really go is gonna be.
Oh, so visually, when she punched me, it made a dent, but then it healed because of my rejuvenate ability.
Nice.
Why did you punch Soul?
Being a dick.
I told her it was going to be okay and not to be afraid of the tall buildings.
So while we're here, is there anything that we need researched? Because this is a pretty cool spot for that kind of thing.
Oh, well, we do need to research a little bit into the history of the Blue Dragon Syndicate in the area, because they have several safe houses and things like that, and we need to kind of narrow down where we think he's going to be.
And, Kayleen, if you could put your ear to the ground amongst your shady contacts and find out who this Quick Fang may be, that could be a huge...
So I'm not the only one who didn't hear shady, right?
Shitty.
Oh, I heard shady.
Okay.
All you shitty people.
Your shitty contacts.
You and your ordering pencils to eat.
I forgot about that.
I mean, that's not the type of crowd I typically hang out with, but I do speak the language and know how to get in contact with them.
At
if
this
we
point, Kaylee, we're the crowd you hang out with, so can you even really say that anymore?
Well, there
That
it
is
is, kids.
irrefutable logic.
need. Fair point.
Yeah, how
there
long
it
have we
is.
been together? We are the crowd you hang out with now.
Reevaluating my life, but
Hey, I'm a good person.
Well, Kyle, don't forget at the beginning of this, you weren't exactly, you didn't exactly go along willingly. It was sort of like...
That is true. We just kind of hijacked him.
that's true.
We just
Why haven't you
took
left yet?
Look at all the good we did together, though.
Because you two haven't told him he can leave, and I got nowhere better to be.
That's
We
true.
freed 30 slaves. You know how many years it took me to do that much?
Yeah, it's
Probably
because
good.
I'm an asset.
Yeah.
You're like
Right.
you're awful, but like
And Saul's like, you're not...
I think Ember is endearing.
Yeah, I like you guys.
I would like to
Saul-
point out 100% what I did do on the ship is turn into Ember and completely fuck with everyone. Just gonna point that out.
So to kind of remind you guys of what you kind of know about
Yes.
the operations going on in Aurez City,
Hit me with it.
Ardril told you that there are he thinks there are 3 main pillars of business that the Three Claw Coalition engages in. Smuggling in goods at the docks.
In Western Arezia.
Yes, Western Aurez. There's
Like where we
also protection money and loan, quote unquote, interest that they will racketeer and do, organized crime stuff, break people's legs when they don't pay up, that sort of thing.
All the good stuff.
And then the
Sounds like that way
third,
to get our 1,500 back.
the third pillar of business is a little unknown, because it's one of the reasons Ardril kind of got kicked out is he started overhearing things about it, but he knows that there are connections to the White Dragon Syndicate as well as the Dragon Syndicate that is in Silurai, whose color I am forgetting at the moment because I'm tired.
Purple.
White?
Purple.
I think it's white.
White's is sealed. It's White and someone else.
Yeah, I think it's purple.
I think it is purple. Purple sounds very right.
I don't have the ability to look this up, but
I have it. It's right here. Violet. It's violet, not purple.
Fucking
Violet.
sorry. I don't know anything about Zodiac. Kick me out.
You were close. Well done.
Thanks.
Ashley
Otherwise,
dabs
that's
as she
sad.
could. As she should, excuse me.
It's Violet because, you know, the only important character.
It's the one that comes up the most.
I love it.
Okay. So the party also has the location of some of the old safe houses that they used in the past. Other than that,
But he did tell us that he doesn't think that they've recycled safe houses.
Right.
Which leads me to think that they have a lot of safe houses, because if they move like 3 times a week and they haven't recycled, the city is only so big.
Well, they could sell a place and buy a place and sell a place and buy.
the city is also huge.
Yeah, the city is full.
Aurez City is the largest city on Bathis.
I understand that, but it is only so big. Like,
Sure.
it doesn't just go on forever. So
Yes.
eventually they will have to recycle
Yeah.
safe
Yeah.
houses.
No. Aurez City is infinite.
Forever changing, like the staircases at Hogwarts.
They
I
really
think
just use rope trick everywhere.
I think that Soul would head to like whoever the head of the Vangal Church in this city would be, if there is one.
Let's see.
You should just go talk to Lucius. Isn't that what his name is? That was from memory.
Yeah, it's Lucius.
Amaral? No.
Lucius Z. Emil.
Emil. That's what it was.
He's a little harder to get an audience with.
No, he's fine. We'll just go say hi.
I'm Vangal's most devout.
You're pretty hard pressed to find Vangalites in Orezia, honestly.
Well, then I guess I would head to like the.
You
Closest
can find
head
a
of the
church or so. It's as far as Orezia goes, most of them are Ostian.
Ostian.
You will
Which
find
god is that?
she-
Oh, dear.
Ostia. Yeah, she
Well,
is
yeah.
the goddess of life, light. Very good.
Music.
Is music one?
Hey,
I
isn't
forgot.
Vangal... isn't
Vangal
like-
is
is
present.
like a protector or something?
I
Um,
played a bard.
The god Vangal is granted particular regard as Ostia's divine protector, because Vangal's
that
whole
was
deal is he
Bastion.
protects.
He
Bastion's
does
the
too. It's like both of them.
so Vangal's the paladin. Bastion is the ranger / fighter who's been through some shit.
Yeah. So.
I love Bastion.
Bastion's the martyr.
Yeah,
so-
I
I
thought
love
he had
him.
something to do with Ostia too.
He does.
So Soul would go to the Church of Ostia and ask
He's not music. I lied to you.
whoever like the head,
No, she is.
whoever he can get to the highest up, and be like, tell him about his mission to protect the people of the realm from this threat that he has found out about recently. The oh god, what are they?
Three Clawed Coalition.
Yeah, it's the three called Claude Coalition.
Okay.
And ask if they've heard anything.
As everyone walks away.
It's okay.
Over here, on the other side of the room.
Marco shout.
Sorry about that, fam. I don't know what's going on. Our internet apparently is being real poop today, or it might just be my computer, because I think my computer is being poopy lately. But yeah, you guys are in Orezia.
Lucy's on the screen. Hi, Lucy.
Found my notes. 3 call coalition, the 3 things. I found my notes.
Your notes are on one paper. You don't even have it organized in a book.
No, come on.
But
Organization, not a real.
I mean, mine's on a legal pad, but I've written the same thing 3 or 4 times at least, as I rewrite it every time we play.
I rewrite the kills and save list on each page.
My notes vary from session to session for our Saturday game, taking various forms. Sometimes raps, sometimes
Every other
games of
damn
Hangman,
word.
sometimes just every other damn word. The best thing about that one is I wrote it all out, and then I erased half of it.
It was actually pretty impressive how comprehensible most of it was. I don't think that's a real word, but you got the point.
It is now.
David's back, so I'm going to continue with you since you walked into the Church of Vangel. There is a... We'll go with human male who you end up meeting with. He appears to be a paladin of sorts, decked out in full plate armor. He's got a shield and a sword, and he greets you. He listens to your tale of valor and bravery, and he introduces himself as, let's see, which dragon name am I gonna go with? These are all really hard to pronounce. Trezin. Trezin. Well, Soul, was it? That's quite a tale. Do you have any evidence to back any of this up?
Oh, a bunch.
Yeah, I've got
Wait,
it.
am I even there? Did I come
wouldn't
with
be.
you?
I would have offered anyone that wanted to come with me.
Okay.
You know, because what you said that the because this actually isn't Vangel, this is some other god's place.
There's smaller Vangel churches. I misspoke
Oh,
there. So you would have found a Vangel church. They're not as prominent or ever present as the Ostian ones, but they're there.
Like, I personally don't have any of the proof, but I've got my compatriots here with me that have multiple symbolism pieces, things that tell you who they are when it comes to the Dragon Syndicate.
Signets.
That's what it is. And paperwork from my friend here, Kalian. He's like a dragon for paperwork. He's just like,
That's
he's just
fair.
got to get it all.
Fair.
But he's got plenty of paperwork that helps us. I've been keeping a well, it's not proof if it's in my brain, but detailed account of what's been going on with us between everyone we've dealt with in my dome piece. But I think the paperwork and the signets that we've collected, along with plenty of eyewitness accounts that we could go back on if need be.
So when you tell him, what exactly do you tell him, and what specifically would you leave out? Like, where would you start?
Really, Soul being Soul would probably start all the way back in Gloom, where he started his fight against Dragon Syndicate. But that really isn't pertinent.
Okay.
So he drones on about years about fighting against Dragon Syndicate, and then eventually gets to everything that's gone in. He'd probably leave out Kato incident we had in the fishing village.
Okay.
Because that's not pertinent.
Just out of curiosity, is patience one of the virtues
I
for
was gonna say,
Vingle?
I like this man. He's very patient.
He's very.
He's extremely patient. He also seems like kind of into it, like more so than any of you guys probably ever are. Like he's totally vibing with Soul, with the whole Vangelisms.
I guess what I want to know is over the next 4 days while he's doing that, what are we doing?
Yeah, right.
In particular, what do you say about Alistair? Do you mention Alistair or bring any of that up?
I would say that we've got a contact close to with the Dragon Syndicate, but I wouldn't specifically bring up Alistair himself.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know that he was trying to keep himself as separated from us as possible.
Even though we love him.
At the conclusion of your story, he kind of thinks for a bit. This is a lot to take in. I can understand why you didn't go to the authorities or anything initially during your exit from Aurezia the first time. But is there any reason you didn't turn to the Sentinels or anything like that later on?
Because unfortunately, people of weak faith are easily bought. And I know us Vangelites are here to protect those who cannot be protected. And
Indeed.
those who are in positions of power could possibly be part of this or bought by this.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm no stranger to the organized crime here in Aurez City. It is a blight on the people, but it's one that we can't snuff out completely. It is built into the foundations of this city. All we can do is keep it in check and not let it get too out of hand at this point. Someday, it is my hope that we can see the world cleansed of most of the dark doings that go on in the underworld, but oftentimes, as you have experienced yourself, there are the correct greasing of palms that prevent the law from interceding where it should be able to. I pray quite often that this corruption does not affect true members at least, of Vangel's church. Nor do I suspect that they infiltrate many of the clergies of the Divine Lady as well. He says, kind of referring to Ostia.
Yes. Well, Vangel and Ostia will surely give us the power and backing that we will need to rid the earth of this scourge, if it is what they so desire.
As much as I'd like to believe that this is a major threat, I regrettably, unless I have proof that there's something bigger afoot, can't devote too many resources to helping you deal with a small band of organized criminals that are operating seemingly in an unknown territory. I am, however, able to give you food and shelter, if that's what you desire, until you find a more permanent residence. He says that in a way that he's like, yeah, I'll put you up for a night or two, but you're not going to freeload here.
Yeah.
Kind of tone. And if you do uncover anything that is more concerning in your time here, by all means, I encourage you to come to me.
Well, absolutely. I would bring you the evidence. I'd probably make a copy and take some of that to the Church of Our Lady to also have them look into it as well, because the protector of her is only as good as the one we're protecting.
I can see that those things are brought to the correct authorities if you can get me copies of them.
Oh, absolutely. And back on the food part, no worry about that. If you need food, I will give you some food.
It never
Because
Saw that coming.
fortunately, Vangal has seen it right to bless one who has been touched by the Zodiacs.
He nods in understanding.
So I appreciate you offering us a place to stay. We'll probably take it up for a couple days. Not too long. I would hate to be a burden on this church. But we are definitely going to find proof, and if it is in this city, you will be one of the first it's brought to.
After we killed them.
If they are threatening the city itself, yes, we will end.
Oh, I'm not there. I'm not there. That's just me saying that out of context.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So the Trezin kind of nods to you and goes back to his duties. He has another cleric who happens to be in the church show you to a place where you guys are able to stay for the evening. It is, however, early afternoon at this point. Is there anything else that the party would like to do? Or anywhere the party would like to go?
I had something I would like to do.
Sure.
I heard the only thing that I really heard that might indicate this is like people with strength, like physical strength, are here,
Mhm.
and I didn't get to really experience it before. But is there any sort of like organized like outside of like the Elsel tournament? Is there any sort of organized like pit fighting or like competitions or anything like that?
There probably wouldn't be any like full on with weapons, but you might be able to find wrestling type deals or something that's a very tame version of UFC and like its own private, almost like a boxing club
Yeah.
type deal.
If that's one of the seats of power, I feel like that's one of the ones I could try to see if I could get some information out of it. I wasn't gonna ask, I was just gonna kind of like go prove myself and then like let it sit, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if Ember wants to come along for that one.
Oh yeah, that's really the only one I got going for me too.
Yeah, I want to just like make ourselves look powerful as fuck and see if we can bait people. Or look like complete idiots. Let's do this. My dice hate
I
me.
mean, let's go.
Is this happening after or while Soul was at the
Time,
church?
probably.
Do I have to roll for something?
One
Oh,
second.
probably.
You know, Joe, I got something separate I'm
I'm
gonna do.
preparing.
Okay. So Ember and Rinlin, you guys make your way around the city a little bit. Both of you look a little out of place and you're a little out of your element. They're bustling streets, people wearing fine high Auresian fashion, Eldritch lampposts and stuff all over the place, like technology you guys aren't used to up in Isilde, kind of all over the place, and you guys are dressed in like
Rags, basically.
northerners,
Furs.
and cloaks and stuff, probably adjusted for the temperature. So you look a little out of place. You get a couple of looks on the street, but there are other individuals who look odd. You see people from every walk of life here, pretty much. So you stand out, but not. You're not the only ones who stand out. Yeah. You eventually find your way to a part of the city that seems to be. It definitely seems like this is a borough that's heavily influenced by immigrants. There's a lot of Venetian-style buildings. There's a few Oception-looking type places. It looks very inspired by places around the Angelus Sea, the area you guys just kind of came from. And you stumble into a little place called Otant's Leather Belt Rings.
Okay.
You are drawn in because you kind of hear the sound of what sounds almost like combat. And when you walk in, it looks to be they look almost like old school like boxing rings, and there's just a few guys and they're going at it. They're not boxing, it's closer to like UFC fighting. They're like sparring. They don't have any weapons, but
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I could really get behind this.
when you walk in, there's a short gray-haired gnome seated behind a small little desk when you walk in. He kind of looks up at you. He's got an eye patch over one eye. He's balding on the top. Hello! What can I do you for?
I'm like, how do we join?
I like awkwardly point at the thing while she says that.
Changing rooms are in the back. If you want to rent out a ring, it's silver an hour.
I feel like Ember probably has like no concept of money, really. Like she doesn't just deal with it, so she just puts the gold down.
No, like we want to fight other people.
Looking for some competition, eh? Not here to practice.
No.
Jumping right into it. Okay, okay.
No. Sorry.
Sorry, I feel like she just would not have any concept of this at all, so she's just like, I just want to go fight in there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like.
2 copper to use the changing rooms to store your... He kind of looks at your weapons that you're clearly carrying on you.
The herd of weapons that we have.
None of those are allowed in the ring. If you could store them, make sure no one touches them or disturbs them for you, obviously.
Is there like specific outfits we're supposed to wear?
I mean, if you want one. You see that most people...
I look at Renlin and I'm like, do we want one?
I don't think there's really going to be anything my size. Let's be real.
Matching set.
Oh, Renlin, we could match.
Okay, now I want them.
Ember and Rinlin come back in matching unitards.
What's up? We're now Nope, I give up.
So you guys... You take your weapons to the back, and you kind of take off any of, like, the excess armor, so you're kind of in, like... Well, Rinlin, this doesn't apply to you. You're already in cloth.
I take off my gauntlets.
Yeah,
And I put them down.
Ember takes off, like, her plate mail armor, and you're in kind of, like, the cloth that goes under the armor, so you don't chafe or anything like that. So you're not as bulked up as you usually are, and you walk out to the rings. You see there's a couple people. They're kind of finishing up a match, and there's this burly half-orc woman who's fighting this dwarven male, and you walk up to the ring just as she's pinning him down onto the mat. Like, she's got her elbow right on the back of, like, his neck, and she's not, like, applying pressure to cause pain, but she's just kind of holding him there, and he's flailing around, squirming on the ground, and he finally just taps the mat twice, taps out. She lets him up, and she looks around. Who's next?
I throw my hand up, like, not... Zero hesitation.
Make a quick perception check for me. Or insight.
What?
Insight.
What?
Insight or perception, whichever one you want.
I think they're the same.
Why?
Oh, you'll see. Or you might not. We'll see.
I think
Ember,
I
go ahead and make one too.
I think I do see.
I see with a 19.
I rolled an 18.
On the die. I don't know what my modifier is. Hold on.
Mine's
So
18 total.
you catch this burly half orc woman, when you kind of raise her hand up, and she like is a little shocked at someone raising their hand so quickly, and she gets a good look at you. Her For just a brief second, you see like her eyes go a little wide, and it's not just surprise; it's like, "Hey." And
So
she
don't.
kind of waves you up into the ring and walks to the far corner and kind of stands looking, like staring you down. She cracks her neck a little bit. The same dwarf from or gnome from the front desk kind of walks up and goes, "All right. For the newcomers, in case you don't know the rules, no going for the eyes, no pulling hair.
He's like listing stuff. I'm like, okay.
Try not to throw too many elbows too hard. Don't want to get blood on the mats. Other than that, have at it." And he takes like this really dinky looking, almost like a cowbell, and he just hits it. Dong!
Okay. I'm not even in the ring yet, but okay.
Oh. He waits till you climb into the
Oh,
ring.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like stretch and then just like shrug and then hop up in there. I was gonna elaborately like stretch and then remember that she probably has no idea. She'd just be like,
If you wanna legit go at it, May,
please.
roll for initiative.
I have advantage to escaping from grappling. That's the only reason.
Your AC is unchanged because you are unarmored.
Oh, I know.
It's a good plus for you.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, 18. That's the highest I've rolled an initiative in a while.
She got a 12, so you go first.
Oh gosh.
She's distracted by her lust
Is the is the goal to like pin the person?
Pin or
Knock 'em
you've
the fuck
seen
out.
like it's like a combination of like wrestling and boxing. Like you go in and you see people like they're just wailing on each other, and then when someone gets dizzy, they kind of knock them down and pin them. It's kind of like UFC where you can, when it's too much, they just tap out. A lot of the times it's pins and stuff for the finishers, but
And then are we doing the full thing of like the full suite of class abilities? Like multi-attack, raging.
anything that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will rage.
Okay.
And then I would like, can't you use a isn't grappling an attack?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to try to like run at her and jump and try to like grapple her neck and like use my weight and momentum to like pull her down.
Okay.
Cause she's big and I am small.
Okay. Go ahead and make a grapple check.
While screaming loudly at her. This is a strength check, right?
Athletics.
Is it a strength check?
Yeah.
Strength-based
Yeah.
check? I have advantage.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, the other end. I think. What did you roll?
She got a 19 on the die.
I rolled a 2 and a 3 with advantage. So I guess I just hold on to her and nothing happens.
So you go up and you're like,
I
I'm
hug her.
gonna pull her down, and she like is ready
Does
for it,
it?
and she kind of like catches you for a bit, and then like
Aw, hello.
kind
I'm
of
Rinlin. Or I'm here. This is Rinlin.
tosses you
Yeah.
back a little bit. Like
Yeah,
you
she
go to
just
grab
told me-
her, your hands like lock on with hers. You didn't expect her hands like to go out, and she just like holds you there for a second and then pushes you back on the ground.
She wants
Yeah.
to get fresh with you.
I just shake my head and just like try to go around and like punch her in the back of the leg because like obviously that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Can I
I just want
recklessly
you
attack?
to know that Ember is over here providing commentary in which she totally is shipping this relationship.
I'm shipping this relationship. 16 on the die.
16. That'll hit.
On the die, yeah. So it's gonna be. Am I proficient in my fists?
Yep.
I think 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, so then 4 damage,
Okay.
I guess. I'm trying to like drop her though, so I don't know like.
Yeah. Her turn.
Oh boy.
So after you kind of throw a punch, you hit her like right in like the gut, and she doesn't really move, and it impacts, and you can feel her kind of take the impact, but you realize now that she's ripped. Like,
Oh, I punched her in like the back of the leg.
oh, the back of the leg.
Yeah.
Still, she's got
Yeah.
some calves.
But yeah, she's. Huh. She did not skip leg day. Dost thou skippeth leg day.
So she is going to start just going at you. She
She has
starts with like an
advantage.
uppercut. Oh, she has advantage. Thank you.
I did not want to say that, but I did reckless.
You reckless and you still. no,
Does
it's only for attacks.
an 18 hit?
Yeah.
That'll be 5 damage.
You're not allowed to hit me with somebody with max strength, okay? I guess it's not fair.
That's a natural 20
Okay.
because she has
So-
advantage.
15 total.
Mm-hmm.
But not 15. I am
Yeah.
raging.
That was halved.
It's all halved.
So what's half of 5?
Round down.
2.
So 2.
So 2.
So 2
and
then
plus
5. So you're at 7.
Yeah.
And then she actually, for the stats I'm using, makes a third attack.
You're fighting a monk.
This
She's a
one
monk?
is
That's
a 15.
That is my AC.
Then that's another 5. Reduced to 2.
So 9 total. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so is that just how it's gonna be?
So she just kind of uppercuts you and then just bam, bam, and she's going like straight for just like testing your defenses, and you kind of throw your arms up and you're taking the hits, and she's just relentlessly just throwing them. Your go.
I can't really like hit her head. That's my issue. But so I guess I try to do the same thing, but like to try to get her on my level and just like go for her the back of her legs again.
Okay.
It's the only thing I can do, unless I just like punch her in the knee.
Oh, come on. You could, like, make it to her hip.
You could do a tornado kick right to her hip.
Let me look at my dexterity. Yeah, I guess I could. Yeah, I probably could. To just like, instead of throwing my fist into it, since I have like beefy AF legs, I'm gonna try to like leverage my body and like throw a kick into her hip and see if that can knock her off balance.
Go for it.
15 on the die.
Hits.
So, oh, you took 2 more earlier. My
Okay.
hits are doing 6.
Yeah, you rage.
I raged. Yeah.
So that's another 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You swing and you catch her in the hip, and it throws her off from her assault. She's kind of open. She's bending down a little bit, so you have a
Upper.
nice clear shot to the
Right
face.
jaw. Yeah. 15 again. Yeah, 15.
Hits.
So another 6 to her facial region.
Bam, bam, bam. She stumbles back a little bit, surprised that you got a hit in. She kind of smiles underneath the very small little bit of blood that's kind of pouring down the side of her face now. And she runs at you. She's gonna punch twice at you again. Try and open up your defenses a little bit. Still advantage, correct?
Yes.
So that one would be a 24 to hit.
No.
So that will be 5. And
2.
then this one is a 18 to hit.
Yeah.
So another 5 reduced to 2. So bam, bam. And then she's going to go ahead with her third attack. Just try and, after the 2 punches, bam, bam. Her third one, she's just going to try and put her right arm like just in under your arm and try and grapple you.
Okay. Is it contested strength?
Yeah, athletics, but yeah, it's strength. Ooh, that's not good.
16.
Also,
Wait,
16.
it is athletics.
It's athletics. So
19.
you see the grab coming, and you kind of twist out of the way and dodge around in a circle, and she stumbles forward. It's your turn. She's a little off balance at your flashy maneuver there.
I want to try to jump on her back and like.
I'm
give it a
still gonna yell and be like, "Oh my God, Rillen, she's into it."
I want to jump on her. I don't even hear it. I'm raging. I'll hear it later and be like, "What the fuck?" But I want to jump on her back and start trying to like wail on the back of her head.
Ember, make either a persuasion or intimidation check.
Towards who?
You're so intimidating because she just loves you.
That's you. You're Ember.
I don't think she remembered that.
Yeah, you're Ember. You roll.
Oh, I roll?
Yeah, you're Ember.
Yeah, it
you
was
ding
Ember.
dong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm glad that
I
we
got a
know our
16
Okay.
on David's dice, just so you're aware.
I could see in your camera over by David. For a brief second, she
Oh my god.
kind of looks over her shoulder at Ember. So Rinlin, you can actually have advantage on your attacks without recklessing if you'd like.
But okay.
You don't have your
You don't
hammer.
have to reckless,
to
you
be
don't have
fair.
the hammer. Just take my help, you bitch.
Fine. So still doing the same thing where I jump on her back and try to like punch her in the back of the head.
Okay, that would
Oh.
be a grapple first, so you'll have
Okay.
advantage on the grapple check.
I already had advantage from raging.
Mhm.
Alright, 19 on the die.
Double
Uh,
advantage.
Her total is 22.
My total is 27.
20 more. So
Yeah, it's
I think
5. It's higher.
You jump on her back, taking control of the situation, and you can go ahead and give
And
her
then
a
I just,
punch
like,
if you like.
Punch her in the back of the head.
Mhm.
Do I have advantage on the attack?
Yeah.
Still, okay. Okay, 18 on the die.
Hits.
Another 6.
Okay.
Can I
She
use
is
my
going.
bonus action to second wind.
Yeah, sure.
Can somebody roll a d10 for me? I don't have it in here.
Here you go.
I rolled a 6.
I got a 9.
Well, I'll take the 9. Is it 9 plus fighter level, so 10? Okay, cool. That's like all the damage you've done to me. Let's go.
She's gonna try and get out of the grapple that she's in with you. So you
Okey-dokey.
will have to make another athletics check to try and hang on to her.
Natural 20. Plus 6.
She didn't get that, so you hang on to her, and she's unable to get out of your grapple. And that's her
Yes.
whole turn, because escaping is an action, I believe,
Oh,
instead
shit.
of
Okay.
initiating,
I guess
which is an attack.
Punch
I
her in the
will-
head.
Yeah, I'm
If
gonna
you'd
wail on her.
like,
Yes.
you can
Can I
try
choke her
and
out?
pin her to the ground.
Can I try to choke her out instead?
You want to try and choke her out.
She might
But
be
she
into
probably
that.
got a thick neck.
I kind of want to just like. Fine, I'll try to pin her.
Okay.
I don't know how though. I'm like on her shoulders. How can I bring her down?
Isn't it just like a move action to
Pivot?
pin, Kyle?
No, it's a shove. It's the same as grapple. It's
So you just
opposed
make
to athletics.
another athletics check, and if you do it, then she's on the ground.
Okay, thematically, I'm gonna crawl up, like push myself up and get my legs, like thigh grab her head and just try to like yank her down.
Do that really cool Black Widow thing where she
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
flails
Oh,
around their
yes,
head and brings them down.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yes.
She got a 6 on the die, so I'm guessing yes.
Yeah, I have advantage. So.
Yeah.
But I did roll a 2 and a 3 with advantage earlier, so like fuck me. 16 on the die.
Yeah, you're good. So Ember, you watch as Rinlin does the badass Black Widow grapple thing and brings the half orc woman down to the ground. If you'd like to kick her, Rinlin, with like your one free leg, you can. Since you
Oh, I think I've got
technically-
both legs wrapped, so I'd have to punch.
If you want to punch her, you can.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to do is like keep her pinned with both, or like
Just-
keep.
Punch her while she's pinned.
Yeah, I'm like got her pinned with both legs and an arm, and I'm just hitting her with the other hand. Like,
Like, tap out, bitch.
tap out, bitch.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
18 on the die.
Hits. So that's another 6.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Her turn. She's going to try and escape one more time. So
Natural 20.
she is unable to, and you watch as her face.
Sorry.
She's a half orc, so she's usually gray, but it's starting to go like white and much more pale.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like holding on to your legs, like pulling, trying to get them off, but you
But
got
also
that grip
impressed.
on.
She's impressed too. She gives it like a little.
Like, sure.
No, don't actually. I was kidding. Jesus Christ. Continue. Yes, she's going unconscious.
Wait,
She's
I missed
turned on
something.
by this.
She's not
so
tapping
into
out
it.
yet. It's your turn again. She looks like she's struggling.
I don't know how to stop, so I will
Just-
recklessly attack
Just
her
gonna
again.
keep punching her.
Yeah, 16 on the die,
Hits.
18 on the die,
Hits.
so another 12.
Punch, punch.
Her turn. This is probably her last attempt to try and get out of the grapple
If
before
I crit again, I'm gonna like.
she got a nat 1. So
I crit again. I'm not even
well, you have advantage.
kidding.
You have advantage, so it's a much
It's
higher.
statistically, yeah. I'm so sorry.
You're
I'm
fine.
not sorry. I'm loving
Um,
it.
if her eyes start like closing and starting to get fuzzy, and you can feel like her grip on your legs like start to weaken, and then you see her one hand go from holding her legs, just hits the mat
Okay.
a couple of times, taps out.
I like wheel back to punch her again, and then I'm like, wait. You're a good person. Inside my head, and I just like let her go and scoot back and like angry pant. Pants and barbarian.
Okay. She catches her breath, turns, looks up at you, and you just hear under her breath, "Good fight." And she just kind of sits there breathing heavily.
I like awkwardly pat her head.
You were good too.
I guess a shoulder. I'll like awkwardly pat her shoulder and just like,
Ember straight up climbs on the ring and is like, "Oh, you did so great! 100% proud of you for not killing her."
I look down at her. What's her face when she says that?
She's a little too busy catching her breath. She
Okay,
doesn't
cool.
quite catch it. The little gnome pops back up and goes up to you and raises your arm as high above his head as he can. You're not
Hey, it's
quite like your hand's not like completely in the air, Victorious. It's like slightly elevated, like yeah, because he's a gnome. He's like, "We got a new winner," and he kind of turns to you. It's been a while since someone's taken out Gasami.
She's the. Oh, I'm sorry. I think.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It was a good show. You gonna be in town long?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you two feel free to come around here whenever you want.
Okay. Merlin's social abilities. And then I awkwardly look down at Kazame and then just like shuffle off. I don't know what to do.
Ember, did you want to hop in the ring
Introduce us.
as well, or
Do you wanna
are you
introduce us?
cool playing Cyrano de Bergerac to Rinlin and Gasami instead?
I mean, if
She's too busy
Kasami
writing.
was like the top dog and Rinlin already beat her, I think I'm pretty much good.
You have to go back to the inn and start writing your fanfics.
Or you have to fight
do.
Rinlin?
Or you have to fight
I
me in
mean-
the champion.
I mean, I'm sure Rinlin wouldn't say no, but I'll go ahead and just like call that one a win. We'll just go.
Okay.
You should introduce us because I forgot to.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, wait, who am I introducing us to? The Goblin Man? I mean, the gnome dude?
I guess. I'm the reigning champion. I need a.
Oh, and I'm like, oh, by the way, that's Renlin. I remember.
Names are Tant. This is my gym.
I'm like, looks like you guys have a lot of fun here.
Yeah, we try.
I'm like, next time I'll have to go around, but I think Renlin's done for today.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all. But like, thanks.
Ember and Rinlin spend a couple of hours
I'll
at
do it off
Otan's, establishing that Rinlin and Ember are both proficient fighters. Ember, if you do want to go around, we'll say that you're able to take on a couple of the fighters there as well.
But not me. Do I get a belt? No, I need a belt. Can I take her belt?
Is she wearing a belt?
No.
Does
I
she
need
have
a
a belt?
thick new belt.
So
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just fight some random people if they need me to, like, prove that I can actually fight and I'm not just small.
okay.
I'll keep doing the same thing.
While
just
while
as
the
long as I
girls
can-
are becoming UFC fighters, Soul is recounting his stories to his new cleric friend. Kalian and Atone, what are you guys getting up to?
So one thing is I kind of feel like I really like having this Wand of the War Mage, but there's also Rods of the Pack Keeper. So I'm kind of trying to see if I can go trade up, but I'm going to dual purpose this. And one of the things Three Claw does is protection money.
Mhm.
So I'm going to try to start getting in with some merchants. Kind of spend the day investigating the merchant district and, seeing what I notice. But, while I'm there, I'm going to try to see if I can trade this War Mage up to a Pack Keeper.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with him because I want to buy a suit so that I fit in, like with the local cuts and colors and whatnot.
Cool.
And while there, I'm gonna look
You're
for
so
Steve's
extra.
You gotta look the part.
Cool.
I'm gonna look for thieves' cant symbols for the protection.
Right.
Mario.
Okay. So go ahead, Tone and Kalian. Give me, since you're doing kind of a long-term, investigation of the area, give me some investigation rolls.
Which we have advantage to.
I'll say, yeah, we get advantage of that. For sure.
That's what you guys are built to do.
So that's a 19.
Oh, that's a good roll, Mario.
26. Rogues for the win.
Don't worry.
Okay.
It's okay. You can do the talking. I'm terrible at that.
So looking about, you guys spend a few hours, about as long as it takes Rinlin and Ember to beat up everyone in the gym, and about a quarter of the way through Soul's storytelling. You look about the little merchant area that you guys end up stumbling in the city, and Atone, you find a place. They specialize. It's like a little store. They seem to specialize in magical implements. They have all sorts of wands and rod-like apparatuses that involve magic. That sounded a lot weirder than I thought when I said it out loud.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to inquire about your odds.
And after showing him your Wand of the War Mage, and you find something that's basically Rod of the Pact Keeper, he is going to tell you a price that will compare the two. A price that Joe will get you shortly. I have to look some stuff up.
I think they're the same rarity based on bonus. But
They're both uncommon. I was looking up earlier. They're both uncommon.
They're both uncommon.
Yeah.
What's
wait.
the main difference?
With Wand of the War Mage, I can ignore cover. With Rod of the Pack Keeper, I can get an extra. I can recover a spell slot.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Oh,
they're
That
both
is
uncommon.
so good. For
Well, Pack Keeper only works for Warlock. I
Only
think.
works for Warlock.
Mage is any caster.
Yes.
But they are the same rarity.
Yeah, they were. I think uncommon is wrong, but yes. Where here's War Mage. War Mage +1 is rare, and Pact Keeper +1 is also rare. But I'm gonna go find it and prove it again. Yes, they're both +1, both rare, and that's the only difference. It must be a Warlock, and I can recover one of my spell slots. But War Mage, I can ignore cover. Any caster can ignore cover.
He says because they're so close, he's definitely willing to take the one off your hands and give you the Rod of the Pact Keeper for only 250 gold is what he starts out at.
Done. Done.
He's got to make a little bit of a profit.
Yep.
Bum Slam, welcome aboard. I haven't seen you in forever, Bum Slam.
Hey,
Bum
Bum
Slam
Slam.
subscribed.
Some good stuff.
23 platinum.
Good name.
And
So that is a good name. Makes me think of Kirby.
what is that? So 23 platinum and 20 gold.
Yes. We've missed you, Bum Slam. Good to see you, man.
I was gonna type that, Joe.
Bum Slam's been watching us since like early on, for as far as you can tell, like pretty early in that campaign. He's a long time
Yeah, I've seen that
friend of
name
the
around
stream.
a lot.
He's a good dude.
Your ace is Bum Slam.
See what happens when you come back here? Nothing but praise. So
We just
that's
have a lot of love to give our people.
we do.
Lots of
Atone,
love.
that is what you find for the exchange of the rods and stuff. So you get that exchange done. Kalian, looking around with Atone and with Atone's help, kind of before and after the fact, you do eventually find not any thieves' cant, but you do find a small little vendor. He looks a little flustered, and there are some strange signs in his little stall. He's not full on like in a shop. He's kind of on the corner peddling wares, and it looks like he might have had a shop at one point and he kind of has moved out. He's selling like coincidentally clothing, fine clothing, stuff you would see in like a department store, but he's kind of awkwardly on the street corner with like racks that you would see in a department store, just sitting on the street corner, and he's selling stuff off the street. Kind of like one of those sketchy in like New York City, selling like the bootleg DVDs, that sort of setup, only with like clothes. And he looks doesn't look quite as well kept or put together as a lot of the other merchants and store keepers in the area. Like he's got a bit more stubble. He clearly hasn't shaved for a few days. There's a few tears and stuff in his clothing that looks like he might have gotten into some sort of altercation.
Put him out to a tone. What do you think?
I don't know. Are we looking at this guy as he is a protector or he is a victim?
I think he's a victim, right?
Okay. So then, yeah, let's go. Let's go check him out. As usual, Joe. You know, like I said, I always try to blend in and fit the culture.
Yep.
Yeah, we kind of come at this guy so he like sees us coming. I'm not going to come from behind him or anything. And
I would actually inspect his wares, but I don't have a good feeling. They look
Yeah.
at it.
But yeah, so he can see us coming and just kind of say, "Hey, you doing okay? You look a little rough."
Oh, what? I'm fine, friend. If you interested in buying a new coat, new pair of slacks, I got great discounts right now.
So coincidentally,
Everything is on sale.
that's good. My friend here, you can tell, is looking a little rough as well, and he would like to get some new clothes, fit the culture and whatnot. But something tells me you've had a rough day.
No, not at all. I'm doing great. What size are you, my elvish friend? He says, looking at Kaylee and trying to deflect what Tone was asking him.
I'll casually answer. Very tall, very skinny. These don't look like they're in the best condition. Did somebody rough up your stuff?
No. These are they're just out of storage from my private collection. That's all. Here, and he just starts
That's not sketchy.
brushing off the clothing to try and clean it up and straighten it up and look a little bit nicer. The clothing is actually rather nice. It looks like it
That's
might have been
so
hastily
sad.
moved, but he's the one who looks like he's been roughed up.
So,
Oh, it's pretty good stuff, huh?
Joe, I don't know if you're gonna make me roll deception for this or not, but I'm just like, is there like a chair around or like somewhere I could just like sit?
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna like
Find a
grab a
bench.
seat. Yeah, I'm just gonna like grab a seat, just kind of like kick back, lean on some shit, and be like, you know what? I was like, you know what, Kaylin? This reminds me of the time we were in OSEP. It was that protection racket. Remember that?
Oh yes, when they kicked the guy out of his shop and had him pay for all the stuff.
And we kicked them back in and kicked them out.
Well, it just wasn't fair what they did to the
That
poor
kind
man.
of stuff doesn't happen in Aurez, though. I mean, that's...
Listen, friend, I don't want any trouble. If you're
Oh no, no trouble. Hey, no, we're just here to shop. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. It's
I'm
we've
gonna
been
identify.
this before.
I'm gonna identify his best blue material and be like, "Do you have a suit in this color?"
Yeah, I think I do. He goes to one of the racks and starts like rifling through it, checking sizes. He holds ones up. It's clearly either a child size or a halfling size. Puts it back.
While
Eventually
he's
does
looking,
find one.
I'm gonna scan the streets to see if anybody's watching him.
Make a perception check.
I'm just gonna keep like ranting on stories and sort of mixing in some truth, like not specifically calling out Dragon Syndicate, but like those weird teardrop emblems we keep collecting from people.
If you'd
18,
like
Joe.
Mario to make an insight check, you can. Though I feel like you are pretty. You're picking up what I'm putting down for him. But if you'd like to make an
Yes.
insight check to see if you get anything
And I get
else.
advantage on those, and that my insight sucks. Does it? Yes, that's +1, so 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, he's clearly responding to what you've said. He's shaken up. Clearly, someone did something to him, but he's afraid and doesn't really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
What did you get for perception, Kalian?
18.
18. Looking around, you're in a busy part of town. There are a couple people nearby who kind of glance over your way once or twice, but they either keep on walking or are like far away. They wouldn't be able to hear you. Some of them are seated. Some of them are just shopping elsewhere. A couple of them go into stores. It's a busy time of day, and the streets are full. It's really tough to get a read on any one person in particular. He eventually does find the suit and the material that you pointed out to him. Here you go, friend. This will run you. Let me see.
15 for fine clothes.
15 gold or
Yeah,
silver.
I already took it out.
Okay,
15 gold.
cool.
I already
Yeah.
took it out.
He 15 gold. Makes the exchange, hands you the clothing. Pleasure doing business. If you have anyone else, like I said, he sells it to you for 10 gold.
Nice.
Like I said, everything is currently on sale. We're having a big blowout, so send any of your friends down who might be interested.
Might I ask why?
We are overstocked in our supply house, and we need to move some inventory.
Who's that one guy we worked for that like supplied a bunch of people? He had some problems too. We took care of his problem. We have so many weird stories. We're back where it all started. Oh well. Just reminisce.
I always enjoyed beating up those thugs. It was very rude how they treated
It
friend.
sounds so funny, these two.
I look like a ruffian, don't I?
The best though was how we freed all those slaves. That was amazing.
He has this look of like, wait, what? What did I just hear? And he just kind of shakes it off when you mention that one.
I think that's why we came to Aurezia, though. That's
Ah.
we're not gonna run anything like that here. It will be quite boring though. Relaxing.
He looks around really quick and he leans in close to you, Atone, and says, "All right, listen, I know what you're doing. I might look like the guy who needs help, but I'm not the guy who needs help. If you want more information, I can give it to you, but I can't do it here, can't do it now. I can meet you later. Where do you want me to meet you? It's got to be somewhere safe, somewhere they won't follow me."
You know what? It's been a long time since I've been to Aurezia, so I am open to any suggestions of places you think I should patronize.
Where are you staying?
Oh god, we should have figured that out prior.
Yeah, we.
You're staying in the
Well,
Church of Bengal.
did we walk
We don't
past
know
any
that.
nice taverns while we were shopping, Joe?
No, actually, I tell the guys like, look, we just got here. We just came off an airship, and like I said, he wanted some new clothes, so we haven't picked anywhere yet.
FantasyNameGenerator.com taverns.
I feel like they should pay royalties at this
Sure.
point, Joe.
Dude, not just me. Brad uses it just as much. Like, we love this site.
Just lean in to do that, like,
Yes.
okay.
The Dusty Hazelnut. I like that one.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I
The
like
dusty
that.
hazelnut.
Dusty hazelnut.
But why is it okay?
Why is it dusty?
Because
Is it
someone
dusty
didn't dust their
inside?
motherfucking hazelnut. That's
What
why.
happened to Hazel?
You don't dust your hazelnuts now? What the fuck? What sort of heathen are you? We can't be friends anymore.
So how long does this guy want before we meet up?
Can meet you there tonight.
At the dusty hazelnut.
So I think I've
After
done what I
dark.
came- That's cool. I think I've done what I've come to do. I'm gonna try to get everybody together. I want Kayleen and I to show up alone, and I'm sure Rinlin will have a huge problem with being there early drinking.
Hey, I'm busy all day. I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to like deal with it.
Eventually, the party does kind of realize that Soul is still probably talking to the gentleman. And they head back to the Church of Vangal. They just got to the part. Soul just finishes the part with Noop, and he's going on and on about this little goblin.
David,
All right, if we interrupt this conversation, Tiffany, you have to add another soul saved. Appreciates it.
oh, it's true though.
And after talking to Soul a little bit, you speed up the story a little bit and you cover everything that we talked about when it was David. And I'm guessing everyone fills in everyone else of what happened during their
Oh
day.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are all
Hunter is like
caught up.
really excited about to tell them about our UFC like debut.
Yeah, we're like sweaty and bruised and
And we're like, we run the gym now.
I
We
don't
run
know
the gym
how,
now.
but I think I just became a world champion.
Look
UFC
at me.
fighter.
This is my gym now.
I'm like, she beat the champion. The champion wanted to date her so hard.
I don't. Is that really what was? Is that?
It's
Should
really
I go-
Roxy.
Shut up. Should I go back and say something to her? I don't.
I mean, depends on what you want to say. Are you gonna break her heart?
She was. I could be into it.
Mm. You know, Rinlin, you should let her pursue you.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's a good idea. I didn't really want to talk to her anyways. Deception check. I rolled a 19 on
Are
the
you-
die.
Okay, I was about to say I have a +6 to insight. Let's
I
see
mean,
how
if you
this
want to
goes.
roll it, I rolled a 18.
Kaylee and I have
I got
advantage on insight.
I got an 8. I got an 18 on the die with the +6.
Yeah, that
So
didn't work.
Soul is really intuitive
You're
about
not
whether
lying
or
to
not
me.
you'd be.
So you see that Rinlin does a really good job of hiding it, but
It's mostly because her
it's
tone
the-
doesn't change.
it's the body language. Like
It's
she
the
like
awkward
looks
shuffle.
down for a second, and like the way she steps, you're like, there's something there. You can't fool me, Rinlin. But yeah.
Soul
And
just,
Ember's like making hard eyes at her. Like she's just like,
She's like,
Soul just like does the little with the eyebrow raise.
mhm.
But do Eldarans have eyebrows? I don't think
They do now. He goes and gets like a Sharpie.
All right.
it's like a
Um,
perfectly sculpted brow.
Oh my god. I'm so
The
sorry, Joe.
sun does set, and it is now early evening.
All right. Yeah, I wanted Ember, Soul, Renlin. I kind of wanted them all like at the bar early because I wanted Kaylee and I to show up alone.
Yeah, that's not gonna be hard.
I just in case this guy is one of them and not who we thought he was.
Yeah.
I want Kaylee and I to look helpless.
All right, well we will go to the bar.
We'll go
Not
ahead.
helpless. I do have a
Really?
fine sword.
Can we go ahead and get a room? And like actually look like real ass patrons.
Well,
Very well.
I'll leave one set of my swords in the room
So-
so I don't look as heavily armored.
And Soul is just sitting at a table, preaching the wonders of Vangol to anyone who would listen.
With just no one.
The bartender has to, doesn't he?
I'll listen. I'll listen, but I'm doing that like 1,000-yard stare like at a wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's all a cover to be like, okay, watch the room.
The
Yeah.
bartender's polished the same spot on the bar like 6,000 times now. Angle again.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Like,
All right. So as you guys make your way to the Dusty Hazelnut, Ember, Renlin, and Soul, when you kind of enter it, this place it's a tavern / inn. You guys get rooms. They're nice enough. They're not
Are they
like
dusty?
no, they're not the worst rooms you've ever been in, but they're not like the best. Like they're not dirty. It's not the kind of room you'd be like, oh, this is gross. But like
I'm used to
like the
sleeping
chair in the
Joe.
corner, like it's ripped just slightly on like the corner where like it doesn't look dirty. It's just unfortunate that it's kind of old and ripped. Like you don't feel uncomfortable there. It's just clearly been used.
I feel like
Just saying, me, Soul, and Renlin are all former soldiers, and probably
This is
spent
luxury
most of
for
our
all you
time
guys.
out.
I'm not a
Like,
soldier.
we're like, you're a soldier of Ir Linche.
No. God.
Either way, we camp a lot.
Yeah, that's moral of the story. We camp a lot.
Moral of the story is we sleep on the dirt a lot.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And Soul just randomly digs holes every now and then because he doesn't sleep.
But we're in one of the most civilized cities in the world. Couldn't we find
You
a-
aren't there yet. You
You
are
can go,
saying
you can
that.
go to a
Shut up.
different. You can go to a different inn if you're gonna have a problem with this.
I just spent 15 gold on this suit, and then I have.
10 gold.
That's true. I just have.
And besides the fact you're not even there, so stop complaining. You're not there yet.
it's gonna pill on the
He's
full
He's preemptively complaining. He'll get to it later.
In the hopes of blending in, Soul is definitely wearing that top hat he bought a while ago.
Nice.
It fits.
All right, I'm adding it. Return of the top hat.
Yeah. I will be Ash for the time being.
Okay, I'll be Ember.
I guess I should have done that earlier. I'll just stay Renlin because like I need to be noticeable because I'm the USC World Champion.
I'll still be Ember.
Atone and Kalian, when you arrive, you see the merchant you guys had talked to before, sitting in the corner, and he's looking around, rather paranoid. Ember, Renlin, and Soul, you guys are presumably at the bar. There's not a lot of patrons here, and you guys kind of figure that the little dude in the corner who's looking around super paranoid, and he's the only person who's not, like, deep in drink, is probably the person that Atone and Kalian are going to meet. It's not hard to figure out.
I make a point to like not look at him that much though.
Okay. Atone,
Yeah, I kind of
Kalian.
ignore him as well.
I imagine
But-
Ridlin turning around and just staring at him.
And then I'm like, wait,
Why
that's
are you so shaky?
suspicious. That's suspicious. And then I just like turn back around.
You turn back around and you hold up like a metal plate that's like a tray that's shining out to be a mirror, and you're just looking at his reflection.
Yeah, like fully obvious. No, that's dumb. I'm not doing that. It's
Um,
hilarious, but I'm not that dumb.
Kalian and
Yeah,
Atone, you walk in, you see him in the back. Presumably, you walk over, have a seat next to him.
Sure.
All right. So, who are you?
Your father.
We really need to come up with a group name.
We're there's several of us,
Oh
and
god.
we've just we've been around the world. We've been sent on a few things here and there. We've done some things.
Burn
You
some shit.
Killed some people.
You heard what I said earlier. We actually just got back from what was that OSEP we were in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we just got back from OSEP and we freed a bunch of slaves. I mean, like, I'm not bullshitting you. We've done some shit, and
You got proof?
List all of their names.
I know all of their names.
yeah. So yeah. I was like, Kalian, pull out your records. You got a list of people somewhere. I was like, and on top of that, I was like, if we go through with this, I'm sure one of my people has many of those emblems on them that they could show off. We've
Actually, where is Ember in relation to us?
I'm at the bar, probably like 20 feet off.
At
Do you think
most
she
20
could-
feet.
Could she hear?
I'm in Ena's, and of course I can hear.
Yeah, could she hear Atone's mention of emblems?
How loud are you speaking, Atone?
I mean, well, who's really in besides like the five of us and this guy? Who's in? Like, is there other people in here?
Bartender, probably 3 other individuals at the bar deep in drink.
I don't know the 3 other individuals, so I'm not whispering, but I'm not like, hey, Ember, can you hear me? I mean,
Mhm.
it's
But I would be listening just because that's kind of my thing.
Okay.
I'm too busy thinking about my girlfriend.
Yeah, you'd be able to hear then.
All right, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to politely tap Ember on the shoulder when Atone mentions the thing, because I want to take it and bring it over to him, but I don't want him to see me taking it from Ember.
Okay.
Because I'm familiar with Kalian and his use of Mage Hand, I won't be upset about this, and I will hand over the emblems.
Okay.
I feel
Kyle,
like
can
at
you do me a
various
favor and move
times, this
slightly
would've
to your
been
left?
really awful.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was leaning.
There you go.
I feel like at some point in our past relationship of this, Mage Hand would have freaked Ember out a lot. Now she's just kind of used to it.
It's been long enough. Okay. So you produce the emblems for him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we're kind of a thorn in the side of the Dragon Syndicate.
What colors do you show him?
I think I have just the white and blue currently, unless I got to take one from the gold people
You did not.
that we dealt with.
I thought
So
there was
then I have.
wasn't there a really fancy one we got?
That was
I
Alistair.
He
didn't-
showed
I
it to
didn't-
you.
I
He
didn't
showed it
get
to
to
us, yeah.
That
take
is
it.
Alistair's. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to take it, and just so you know, if I did take it, I would not have given it to you.
Yeah. She would have been like,
Treasured it, made a shrine with it.
Hearts, flowers, love potions.
Hmm.
But no, I have a ton of white and a ton of blue, and also some of those weird crystal people guys. In
Yeah, I
case you
don't think
needed
we
some
need
of the
that.
crystal
The
watchers.
Crystal Watchers.
Yeah.
Those.
probably
Um,
did that.
so you show him both the colors?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take both. I'll show blue first, because that's what's here.
And how do I know you're not with the syndicate?
Well, they're cut off and they're bloody, so.
Trust me, in the work that I've seen them do, they usually get bloodied.
I'm
Well-
sorry, I didn't actually say that.
What if?
Oh, that's true.
I,
You're not there.
I would have pointed it out if they were bloodied, but
Yeah.
that was my first thought.
They did kind of try to kill, like, they killed Kalian's dad. They tried to kill my mom. Like,
Yeah, but he's not gonna. I mean, he's not gonna believe it. That's something we'd say.
yeah.
Do you pull out the white one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'd be like, well, I find it uncommon that somebody's a member of 2 Dragon Syndicates.
That was a good point. I didn't even think about that.
All right. What are you offering me?
Well, let's put it like this. The part I lied to you about was being here relaxing. We're not here relaxing. We're searching. We're hunting. And I think that you are a victim of one of the things that we are trying to chase down. So we want to know when. We want to know who. We want to work our way up the train. We're here to break them.
Oh, fuck yeah, we are.
The name's Silas Moeller. I came here a few years ago from Viver, fresh out of the darkest war. I lost a lot. Didn't have too much family to speak of, but lost my house, good amount of my money. Came here to start new. If you're starting over, you need to find something, Aurez City's a place to find it. I needed a startup fund to start my business. I've always been into textiles, always had an eye for fashion, have some connections in Washu to get me some nicer silk and whatnot, so it made sense. I needed some startup money. I tried asking around. The Antares wouldn't give me a loan. Started getting hungry, started getting desperate.
Yep. And now you're in for more than you're worth.
Yeah, you know the story. Last I checked, they had some men stationed at my shop, which is why you found me on the street with what I could carry. I was hoping to get enough money to get out of town, maybe head to Washu and meet up with some of my contacts there.
Well, don't run yet. Because we get our way, you're getting your shot back.
I'd appreciate that quite a bit.
Who did you communicate with when you initially got this loan and whatnot?
He's a interesting fellow, member of the Dragon Syndicate, obviously. I met with a few contacts, some thugs in some seedier places than this, underbelly of the city, real dirty liquor kind of establishments. They led me to an individual who they all called the Doctor. Said he had the connections to get a man funds. Went to go see him.
Which version?
Like 13?
His name,
Oh, nice.
they call him Dr. Allrath.
So not
All rat.
Allrath. Alwrath.
I wonder if he's wrathful.
He's almost an anagram of it. He, odd fella. Think he's Trist. Said he'd give me his money. Or give me the money I needed, and he would collect. Well, business was fine at the start. People wanting to buy new clothes, and then I unfortunately think I rushed into a couple things a little bit too quick. People are looking for more regular wardrobes to replace what they lost in the war. They weren't quite looking for the extent of high-end fashion that I was looking to sell. At least not the people who were shopping in my establishments. The higher-end people ended up going with the businesses that they were more familiar with, the well-established lines. They weren't interested in a quote-unquote mom-and-pop shop like mine. Times got tough. I started not being able to pay, and well, that's when Allrath sent his men, I guess you'd call them, to my door.
That's sketchy.
Why do you say it that way?
They, Dr. Allrath, I don't think is an actual cleric or a scholar of any form.
Necromancer.
Well, maybe a scholar in some ways, but he his inner circle, the men who work for him, and especially the enforcers who I've encountered, they're human, but also not. They've got weird traits, animalistic almost. I don't know what the deal is, and I frankly don't want to find out.
Maybe he's Dr. Frankenstein.
Dr. Moreau.
It sounds like it. I'm really into it.
Alright.
When I met with him, he was at an old warehouse down by the docks. I'm pretty sure that's where he's regularly stationed.
Can you give us the address? And of your shop?
Yeah, will do. He writes down locations on a piece of paper, hands them to you.
And the best description you can of Dr. Aurez and any of his goons that you interacted with a lot.
The goons varied, but he was always the same. Human. Tall, thin, completely bald. Had spectacles, usually a long white overcoat. Very bizarre looking fella.
Okay. Any other questions, Tone?
No, I think this starts us. Actually, you know what? What are some other? Because I'm sure you're not the only one. They're not making their entire living off of you. What are some other shops that we may want to look at? That might be willing to give us information.
That I know of. I'm pretty sure there's a Washun scroll maker who also has borrowed money from Alrath. I caught him down there once when I was down there, given a payment back when things were doing well. Just in passing, he was coming out, I was going in. We acknowledge each other. Not much more than that. I think he runs a scroll shop in Washtown. Come on.
Oh, it's thinking.
There it is.
Thinking. Are we
Okay.
back?
Yeah, we're back.
So what is Washtown?
Washtown is the name given to Oception boroughs in Washun boroughs in non-Washun cities. So instead of Chinatown, it's Washtown.
Oh, okay.
That's
That'll work.
cute.
It came up in one of our other campaigns, and that's what Brad and I thought would make sense.
Cool.
I like it.
I think the fella's name is June.
Okay.
But as the party kind of finishes up speaking with Silas, getting the information from him, we are actually going to end tonight's session there. Sorry for all the technical difficulties tonight, guys. Those of you who are going to watch this on YouTube later, you'll see that there are a bunch of random cuts where we had to splice the different videos together because they're all over the place. Don't know why. Gonna try and get that fixed. My computer's being dumb, and today was just a dumb day in general, but it's basically over now, which is good.
Now we gotta go do fun stuff.
Last
This
note I'm
wasn't
going to
fun.
make is this campaign is now going to be played on Mondays. You're going to actually get another episode of this upcoming Monday, and then it will
Hell
be
yeah.
every other Monday from then on, which lines up nicely because we will skip Christmas, though we are still probably going to be off on New Year's. We might try and do a makeup game just because I'd like to play this game as much as possible.
Oh, we love you too, Joe.
I just don't want to go like a month without playing.
Yeah, I already have a hard time remembering what's going on.
Right. So we'll talk. We'll figure it out. But tune in on Monday, and you'll see them continue this little investigation. You guys are in Aurez City now, and there's the potential for a lot of plot hooks here because it's a very big city, and there's lots of stuff to do.
Like Renland finally getting a girlfriend.
And if you guys do go investigate Dr. Aurez,
Ship
I'll be
it.
very excited because I have. some fun
He
playing
sounds
too.
really cool. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I already
I'm-
want to go.
Like I'm super into it. I took like really detailed notes. You can't really tell because I'm a little sloppy
It's all
right
good.
now.
Even when you gave us
But-
the three Cloud Coalition, you explained them all. I was like, hit the money first. Sounds like that's gonna lead us to this guy. So
Yeah,
Yep.
you always
That was-
hit
that
the
was
rich
smart.
on the wallet.
All right. Well, I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys at home for watching and dealing with our weird technical difficulties tonight. A lot of you did stick through the whole thing, it looks like. But tune in on Monday. Yeah, we are the next stream
Yeah.
again.
Wait, no, yeah. Are you guys not playing Saturday this week?
Nope.
Yeah.
We have Brad and Rachel going away to Chicago for the weekend to see a
How?
concert. V&V
Okay.
Nation, one of the bands that actually inspired Zodiac Empires as a campaign setting.
Wow.
Oh, that's
pretty cool.
awesome. Have fun, Brad and Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys on Monday. And yeah, catch you guys later.
Bye.
Doses.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.